we talked earlier about diversification, right? Diversification, we talked about related and unrelated diversification. Now, if you consider related diversification, there are two ways in which you can proceed. There are two approaches that you can follow in related diversification. One is vertical integration and the other is horizontal integration. Let's take a look at vertical integration. Here we are manufacturing products broadly in the same value system. For instance, consider a firm which is making automobile products, right? Now, the firm could decide to get into the manufacture of gears. Now, these gears are bought by its automobile units. So, that is vertical integration, and that is backward integration. Or the automobile company may decide to get into marketing of automobiles and may set up a large retail chain for automobiles. Here the company is going in for forward integration. So both these backward integration and forward integration are within the present business area of the company. And another way of conducting related diversification is horizontal integration. So in the case of horizontal integration, the company is spreading in the same marketplace through new products, right? So for instance, you have a company like Bajaj, which or let's take a company like Mahindra and Mahindra. Now, Mahindra and Mahindra initially used to make tractors, then it started making SUVs, then it started making passenger cars, right? Now, this is horizontal integration. It's broadly in the same business space, but it's moving into different kinds of products within that business space. The major positive to this approach is that it can share facilities. It can share production facilities, it can share R&D facilities, and it can share its distribution channels. The major negative is that the company will lose focus. The company was initially known as a very good manufacturer of tractors, but then it starts making SUVs, it starts making passenger cars. So slowly, in the consumer's eye, the company loses identity, it loses focus. This is the major negative. Now, both these negatives and positives can be addressed suitably. The issue is that when the company follows a strategy of horizontal integration, it must be aware of these positives and negatives, and it must plan its activities accordingly. Here again, it's interesting to see that there are companies like Mahindra and Mahindra which are spread out, and companies like the Bajaj group which is focused, right? And both of them are successful companies. So as long as the strategy that you are following is internally consistent, that is, as long as the strategy that you're following is common within the company, within every functional area of the company, normally it would be a successful strategy, right? The problem arises when there are rapid changes in the environment and you need to change your strategy. A more common problem is when different parts of the same company act differently, and that is what we saw earlier is called getting caught in the middle, and that is something which we must avoid.